everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Wednesday, sand day, bedding day. Yeah, rocking on. Got all the cows bedded up here in the new barn. Gonna go take the kids to school, see what we get into. Not really sure. Maybe trucking manure, maybe working ground, maybe working around the barn, maybe servicing something. I'm not really totally sure. But we'll get right into it here, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. Follow along. We'll see what we can't find out here. Alright guys, well, we're hauling manure here. The guys are hauling stone in. And they're filling in the ramp. So underneath the concrete it has to be crushed stone. They got this little conveyor thing in here with a hopper that they load. And I've counted so far, they've got 4 semis and 2 10-wheelers hauling stone in all morning. So that thing must really spin it out. It doesn't look like it, but just a consistent flow. It takes an awful lot of trucks to keep up with it. That's pretty exciting. They got the last section of wall formed up. It's not poured yet, but I'm assuming probably the end of the week here they'll be pouring that. And then they can start putting the rebar down on that ramp. That's kind of the last piece of the main lagoon that needs to be done. Then they can start backfilling. See, the trucks just back up and dump it in that pile over there. Tough part about this half of this field is it goes up and then it goes back down. So pretty much no matter what, when you're about to be empty, you're facing downhill. So you gotta, what I'm doing is I'm going over the knobs, and once it runs out, I spin around just to make sure I get every last bit of it good and empty. Jack is up here running the ripper now. He's going to work on that lower side while I spread this upper half here. So now you can see, kind of facing downhill. So it's a little bit crude here, but I just kind of spin around. And now we're empty again. So it's not a lot, but when you start talking, 15, 20 loads a day, extra 500 gallons, it adds up. All right, guys, well, lunch is all over. Just showed Grandpa how to run that CS. He's out here giving it a whirl. So Jack was doing it this morning, and Jack's had like 30 cows to breed or something today. So we asked Grandpa if he wanted to hop in, and he's having at her. Says it does a real nice job. His only concern is, the speed, because it is a couple foot narrower than the one that we run. And you're actually going a gear slower than the one that we run. Now, that also comes with doing a better job, getting deeper, having that extra gang of discs on there. So that's part of it. And they do make, I think he said they made that Amazon up to 24 foot. So we could definitely go bigger and either pull it back a gear. If we didn't have to go 12 inches deep, we could probably 8 to 10, probably gain some speed there. But he definitely said it did a nice job, and it was clearly, hold on, I'm just trying to make sure the radio's down so I don't get a strike here, but yeah, that was his concern, because he runs the planter, and the tillage tool is always our bottleneck. We always catch up to the primary tillage. That disc we run, we got a 30-foot Pottinger speed tiller. You can cover a couple hundred acres a day pretty easily with that thing. So that's never the issue. It's always the ripper. So that was his one concern. It's valid. That's a valid concern. But like I said, on the spots where you need that deep tillage, the headland, stuff like that, you might have to just go slower. And then everywhere else, you could always lift it up to 8 inches or, something like that, and gain a little bit of ground there. But I tell you what, this driveway that I've been coming down with the semi, it's a whole lot rougher in a pickup. The semi, the old spring suspension really soaks up a lot of these bumps. But anyways, he's picking away. Gonna finish off this lower half of that field. I'm gonna keep hauling manure to the upper half. And the guys at the farm are putting the roof of the old freestall on. So the peak of our freestall has a 3-foot opening down the top. And in the wintertime, we go down through and we put sheets of tin on top and just screw it down to the, the frame of the peak, I guess you call it, I don't know. Just to keep that heat from rising up out of the barn. There's been years we wait until like January. We wait till it's real cold to do it. And we've just decided that sucks. You're up there in the wind and the cold, and there's frost on the tin, and we're slipping around, and we decided it's not worth someone falling off of that peak for the extra week or two. So we're putting it on now. It's 62 degrees. By tomorrow, it's supposed to be a high of 30. Wind chills potentially into the teens the end of this week. So he said, you know what? Let's get it put on. If for some reason it warms up and it's hot, you can put the curtains down, you can turn fans on, you can do any of that kind of stuff. But we put this peak on, it's gonna stay on till springtime. So somehow I got out of that job. I asked if they needed my help, and I was told to continue hauling manure because they want as much manure hauled before the rain and snow and disaster comes tomorrow, which makes sense. So I'm just straight a lucky duck this week. I got to run deep tillage yesterday, hauling manure while they're doing the roof. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I'm off tomorrow. So, this week is it's a baller week for a dairy farmer, let me tell you what. So, anyways, we're going to get back out of here. I figured it was too good to be true. When I got back, they gave me a call, wondering if I'd come give them a hand with the roof. Had to call in the big guns, had to call in the muscle. So, we're going to go give them a hand. See if we can't fall off a roof or something. All right, we're gonna get this man lift positioned so we can put the tin on the basket here and we lift it up on the roof. This old girl gets a little sketchier every year. Get all our screws, screw guns. Got the leather gloves so we don't cut our hands off. Get right after it. All right, well, we got all the tin brought up here. They're still at the far end with the screw guns, but essentially they just come down through and screw it all on. Here's what the top of the peak looks like. So there used to be a curtain system up here. The curtain would roll over and set right here, but the wind just ripped it right off. So we've talked about someday going to cupolas like that barn. That system seems to work really, really well, but it's not high priority. Takes us about an hour and a half to put it on, less than an hour to pull it off. But as far as safety goes, it would still be nice someday to not have to do this, but it is nice. You get a hell of a view from up here. All right, we got that peak of the roof all on. Just saw Grandpa coming down the road with that ripper. So we're gonna go up and get that all cleaned off and unhooked. So that way, whenever they wanna come grab it, they can come grab it. We'll get that all cleaned off. Maybe before we head home here tonight, we'll get an update on this stone situation. Gravel pit closed at 3, so they had to stop hauling. And with all those trucks, they still weren't enough to haul enough today to do the job. So they're gonna be back tomorrow. That's insane. All right, guys, well, I got the tractor blown off, got the ripper blown off. The tractor was out of fuel, like out. After I got it unhooked, I was driving back to the machine barn and it started spitting and sputtering. So, I mean, we were that close to running out somewhere else. Luckily, we got her to the fuel tanks. So, we are all set for the night. That's gonna do it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. We didn't fall off a roof. Success. Got some manure out. Success. Got some more ground ripped. Success. Successful day. Successful day. I've got a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I will not be here tomorrow. No video tomorrow, guys. I know that's gonna make you so sad, but thanks for watching this one, and we will see you guys in the next one.